This is Rob Tebbutt for Behind the Gloves in association with Fresco Box. I'm delighted to be joined again by Chris Eubank Senior. English, how are you?
Good. Yeah, very good press conference. There must have been 2,000 people packed into that room. And when Junior walked in, there was booing. And the hairs on my neck stood up. And I thought, oh, that's a beautiful sound. Ooh, I missed it so much. But it's back, and it's a beautiful thing. Keep it coming.
Would you rather be cheered or booed?
Booed.
Why? A normal quote-unquote person would rather be cheered, no?
Yes, but you see, when you boo me, you make me stronger. You make me more focused. You make me more stylish. Because I have to prove you wrong, because you shouldn't be booing, you should be cheering. So when I was always booed, and it only actually made me a so much more better artist, because I was able to take all of that negative energy and redirect it to the one guy with such elegance. It was a beautiful thing.
You're in full flow today, aren't you? How was your Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day. Oh, my goodness, how was it? The lady who is in me isn't in this country. She's in the United States. And so, I'll have to make up for it another time in terms of, my friend, my soulmate, who, she's in Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So rather talk more about that because the Valentine's Day is gone. Let me see if I can find you another poem.
I would love another poem. Do you know what? Before you do another poem, what is this about you doing poetry for other outlets? I thought that was our thing.
I do it for everybody. Remember, as a sergeant, we protect and serve. So we serve everybody. We don't discriminate.
Okay, well, I'll let you off. If you've got another one for me today, I would be delighted to hear it.
Okay, is it still about love?
Well, Valentine's Day has passed. I'm sure you've got something else for me.
Oh, yeah, I have, but what subject do you want it on?
Combat.
Combat. Okay. So, you're talking about the Warrior's Code. Let me see, while I'm telling you this, whether anything else comes up as I go along. So, the Warrior's Code. The warrior is strong. Yet his sleep is fragile, his wisdom an amalgamation of precedent. Yet his decisions cannot be based on the frailties of man. He is rather fueled by divine inspiration ascending from the heart. He knows not anger and only fears the unknown. The warrior does not judge, for his true assignment is to deliver evidence of superior behavior to the creator of all men. The warrior does not dream of frontiers. He only sees horizons. The true warrior knows, accepts, and embraces above all integrity, which is his course in life, reason and the application of reason, which is his only weapon, and forgiveness, the one true cleansing virtue. And only when one can fully absorb these most divine of all virtues can one at last see how impossible and futile it is to make war. One additive is the fact that warriors are creatures of irony, for their genuine task is to ensure peace. That's why we protect and serve.
Now, is that an exclusive for me? Are you going to tell anybody else that poem today?
I'm always telling people my poems. There's a very important quotation, in actual fact, that goes as follows, and it's by Winston Churchill. And it is about combat. And it goes as follows. Treating your adversary with respect is giving your adversary an advantage to which he is not entitled. Sir, treating your adversary with respect is striking soft in battle.
Let's talk about the fight tomorrow night. Much has been made about this fight. It is a huge fight, the biggest fight of the World Boxing Super Series so far in either weight class. Is Chris Eubank Jr. ready?
From a promotional point of view, yeah, wow. I mean, it's really big. I mean, it's sold out in 7 minutes and wow, everybody's talking about it and it's just everywhere. That's the promotion. The truth is, this is not a contest for Junior. I may be proven wrong tomorrow. This must be very interesting for you, the viewer, because, I mean, tomorrow I could have egg on my face. So why am I so sure this isn't going to be the contest that you think it's going to be? I don't have that view. George Groves shouldn't be fighting, my son. That's how I feel. Now, let's see what happens tomorrow to see whether I am on point, because all of this is based on an experience which has been insurmountable in terms of the heaviness of a career in boxing. So again, I'm not speaking from like a point of being clever. I'm speaking about knowledge which has come from a very hard experience over many years. So let's see what happens. But you know, I pray for just, you know, a good fight, and that both men come out, you know, good, safe, and you know, let's pray that happens. But we always, I know, pray that happens. But anyway, I mean, you know, many people don't even pay attention to that. It's like, you know, it's not supposed to happen. But with Junior, it so easily could. And that is why I am a little bit edgy about tomorrow's contest. So, let's see.
Much has been made about comments that you've sort of spoken of in Fight Week. A lot of people, it seems to have ruffled their feathers. Has their reaction to that ruffled your feathers at all?
Well, yes. Why isn't more fighters supporting me? Why aren't more fighters supporting me? Where are you guys? You guys know this this business, and everything that I've actually said in regards to why this has come up is based on what happened to Nick, and the fact that the referee didn't step in when he should have, and the fight went on 3 rounds longer than it should have. So I'm only going by what has happened. This isn't, you know, this is not distasteful. This is, it's objective, and it's caring. And where are you guys backing me up on this? I mean, I don't see many people backing me up on social media. I mean, even in the rules meeting today, even the Boxing Board of Control backed me up. We're talking about Robert Smith. We're talking about the top guys at the Board of Control. We're talking about Charles.
Do you feel misunderstood, English?
No, I'm not misunderstood. What it is that when you speak truth, it causes offense. You know, people, you know, they want to brush things underneath the carpet as though they didn't happen. Well, that was an anomaly. It wasn't supposed to happen. That really doesn't count. It does count. It counts. But then they're not going to have that feeling because they haven't been in there. They haven't suffered. And they haven't made people suffer by their, in competition. And because I have, I don't want to see that happening. So always asking for the referees to be on alert, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I wouldn't have to do this if the Nick Blackwell situation didn't come up. So, you know, that may be hard to hear, but you need to hear it. You being the public, you being the fans, you being the fighters, you being the referees, you have to hear it. Yeah, I'm 51 years old. I'm a parent. Okay, I'm a police officer. Okay, I protect and serve. Huh? Never mind being a former world champion. Okay, I'm a stand-up member of the community. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, and I like it. And I respect it. And I will protect it by protecting those who are weak, those who are preyed upon, those who are who people take advantage of. I'm always going to stand up, always have, and I can't see that I'm ever going to stop. I mean, back in 2003, I remember trying to defend our military, you know, by anti-war protesting. You know, you'll find, you know, Blair, don't send our young prince to your catastrophic illegal war to make it look plausible. I got arrested for that. That's protecting the military. I believe in our military. Okay, this goes off track a lot and it becomes political. Don't want to get political, just that I'm a police officer. And so we protect and serve. And it hasn't just started. It's been lifelong. Okay.
So is that what the badge is about? Because I know
of
you had it on
course.
yesterday and you've worn it all week. I know people are
Yes.
sort of wondering why the badge. So is that the reason?
I've been made a police officer in the United States of America Law Enforcement Agency, yes.
Do you have a card, a badge?
Yes.
Can I see it?
Yes. The public can't see it, but you can.
Okay, I'll have a look at it. Just down here so it's not on camera. Well, Sergeant, moving back to the weigh-in today. A lot has been made about the weight discrepancies. George Groves made weight, Chris Eubank Jr. made weight. Are people paying too much emphasis on the size difference?
I mean, it's conjecture. It's good. Let them banter about weight. They'll banter about many things. It doesn't mean much. Not when you're looking at it from the inside, as I am. And as I am, again, Junior is being built by spirit. So behind the tools is a drive which is irrepressible. And it's fierce.
You've been involved in some of the biggest clashes in British boxing history. How does this compare to those fights?
Again, tomorrow, we'll see whether there's any truth or measure in what I'm saying. Junior is in a different class to these guys. George is good. He's a good champion. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see the vast chasm I expect to see in ability.
Okay, and just finally, Sergeant English. One final word. This will be the last time I speak to you, unfortunately, unless I see you in the hotel as I did today, before the fight tomorrow. What final message can you give to fans tuning in to watch George Groves versus Chris Eubank Jr. tomorrow?
There is a prayer which goes as follows. And so we're going to end on a prayer. Let me be an instrument of peace, where there is darkness, light, doubt, faith, despair, hope, and sadness, joy. God grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, not so much to be loved, but to love, not so much to be understood, but to understand. You see, for it is in giving that we receive. It is in understanding that we are understood. It is in loving that we are loved. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in giving up to ego that we awake to consciousness, cognitive behavior.
Chris Eubank Sr., Sergeant English, it's always a pleasure catching up with you. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night when we see George Groves face Chris Eubank Jr. in the World Boxing Super Series semi-final.
Very good.
Thanks very much for speaking to Behind the Gloves.
Hi fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else